कावेरी लोकपावनी संगमक्षेत्रे सुस्थिते श्रीचक्रराजसहिते श्रीनिमिषाम्भा नमोस्तुते श्रीनिमिषाम्भा नमोस्तुते श्रीनिमिषाम्भा नमोस्तुते। Come, once again, let us spend a few minutes with each other today. Today, I'll be talking to you on endurance. Endurance is nothing but the sustaining factor. Sustaining to our limits, mental limit, physical limit, financial limit, all kinds of limits. After a certain stage, we all break. So let me talk to you about the real endurance, the real enduring quality we all should be having. In our lives, we have always felt that I cannot stand it anymore. Endurance, we use it as I cannot stand it anymore. This is the limit I am breaking, or I have already broken in life. Remember, since times immemorial, our men of wisdom, enlightened sages and seers have told us, you have come back again because you were not able to endure any kind of mental stability, because your mind was getting attached to your physical senses, and because of this, desires kept coming and coming, and you went about again putting those desires into action, and desires being the root cause of misery, you were again born into a human being. So our endurance from day one has not been there. Today, if we are suffering in our day-to-day life, we say, oh God, let this be the last. This is enough. I cannot endure it anymore. I cannot bear it any longer. Please put an end to all these troubles and miseries. Please listen to my prayers and see to it that every trouble of mine is gone, is washed away at your lotus feet. I cannot bear it any longer. Now, remember, more the ego, less the endurance limit in us. Less the ego, more the endurance limit inside us. Because endurance is nothing but a state of mind. The more tough we are, the more stronger will be the endurance. The lesser and lesser the ego, and finally total eradication of the ego called as me, mine, and from myself, then what happens? Even endurance goes away. The reason because all problems and all situations you will come to know it is only in the mind, arising out of the mind and ending in the mind. So a beautiful sense of wisdom prevails upon you, and you will say, no problem is a problem to me anymore. These problems will come and these problems will go, and they have a own way of working themselves out, because right behind the problem comes the solution if you have the endurance and if you have absolutely no ego. Because every problem carries solution as its own piggyback. So, believe me, if you can stretch a little bit longer, instead of thinking that I am being tortured, instead of thinking I am being troubled, or instead of thinking, I am in trouble, you just say, trouble is in the state of mind. However much troubled we are, but the moment we get our sleep in the night, automatically the trouble seems to go out of the mind. But the moment we wake up, the trouble comes back again into the mind. So, where is the trouble? We have to first understand. The trouble is in the waking state always. It is not in the deep sleep state at all. If our mind can reject this trouble in the night, why don't we reject the same trouble, the same problem, the same root cause of our misery today by eliminating it even in the wakeful state? So what are you going to do to remove this in your wakeful state? You are right now awake. You are right now hearing me talk to you. So at this moment, in this wakeful state, how are you going to remove the trouble in your mind? You only have to say, look, endurance is a part of me. I am is the cause for me not to accept the solution. I am the cause for this problem. Let me remove myself from the problem mentally, and then automatically the solution is seen to you. The more and more our mind is constricted because of this sense of egoness, the problem will never be solved because the solution which is right on top of it is not seen by us. But the moment we disassociate the problem from our mind, just as it disassociates itself when we are asleep, then automatically the solution is also seen behind. So endurance is something which is a cultivated thing, a habit, which is because of our less ego. Even for people who are in spirituality, people following spiritual pursuits, they should also have the endurance, because they await and they expect a lot of results because of their spiritual practices. But endurance is the key. Lesser the ego, my friend, more will be the endurance. More the endurance, more will be a state of realization, because true awakening lies only in endurance. Endurance is the key. Endurance is the key to success, and you need not endure any problem at this moment right now. You only have to remain calm and remove that I which is attaching your mind on one end and the problem along at the other end. So go ahead and detach that sense of it is causing me the problem. So go ahead and once again detach that I factor from your mind, and you will remain trouble-free even when you are in the awakened state right now, that state. Jai Mata.